Good afternoon out there in social media land. Larry Bullitt, sober coach, sober companion, coming to you from Chicago. To reach me at LarryBullittSoberCoach@gmail.com. I am at Facebook or Instagram. Comments are welcome, suggestions are welcome, and this is a paid service for people who need some extra help getting sober, staying sober, living a sober life, getting over that hump, staying over that hump, and staying away from the drugs and alcohol. And bullet point for today is help. It's the hardest thing an alcoholic and drug addict has to do, is ask for help. I think we've discussed this a little bit, but I don't know about you guys, but asking for help is beyond the scope of most alcoholics and drug addicts. We just can't do it. We're ashamed, we're remorseful, we're guilt-ridden, and we're just very, very ashamed of who we are and what we are. That comes with the positive mental attitude change we need to do, and some accountability and some acceptance, and getting rid of that ego and that self-pity and the resentments, and being grateful for what we have. Alcoholics and drug addicts always want more, 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 and they want to do less for more, more, more. But that help, that word help, that four-letter word help, boy, is that a hard word to ask for. It's very difficult for any alcoholic and drug addict in their addiction to ask for help. And if they do, 9 out of 10 times, they want help to maybe be sober for a couple of days, or maybe not get DUIs, or they want help to get out of jail, or they want help to, straighten out a relationship, or, they don't actually want help to get sober, stay sober, and live a sober life. It's very difficult when that person reaches that bottom, like I did 12 years ago, that I just threw my hands up and said, fuck this, I need some help. And I asked for help. I reached out to some friends that knew me very well, and that was it. I haven't looked back since. And staying sober is asking for help every day on a lot of things. Whether you ask a higher power, or God, or Jesus, or Buddha, or Allah, or friends, whatever. I mean, you just gotta ask for help. We touched on this the other day about even these big gurus who say that asking for help is a fucking weakness. That's bullshit. I think asking for help is one of the biggest strengths anybody can have in this world. They say network in business. Well, if you're networking, you're asking for help. Am I right? We all need help. We cannot change anything about ourselves or anything in our lives unless we ask for help and we genuinely want help. And that's not the help that we ask for, between our ears, like, foxhole fucking help prayers. Like, don't let me get a DUI, or, let me get a better job, or let me fix this relationship. Asking for help comes from the heart. And that's one of the hardest things alcoholics and drug addicts has to do, is ask for help. And I don't know about you guys, but even 12 years sober, I still have to ask for help. And I find myself asking for help a lot. I pick the brains of a lot of people in the program, in AA and recovery centers, and people outside the program that have stayed sober. I know guys that have sober coaches. I know guys that have gone through AA and gone through treatment centers. I know guys that, gone through AA and treatment centers and had sober coaches, and now they just have a close group of friends, whether they're in AA or not. They talk to each other and they work things out, and that's asking for help. And that's networking. So help is the word for today. And we need to do that. You have to humble yourself and ask for help. You have to get right-sized. Instead of being way out here in the spectrum, you got to get right-sized. In order to ask for help, you have to be right-sized. You have to be desperate. You have to get that gift of desperation inside of you. You have to have it go from your head to your heart in order to ask for genuine help. And asking for help is huge. I don't care who you ask for help. If you reach out to me, that's great. If you go to AA, that's great. If you go to a treatment center, that's fantastic. Hey, if you got a friend that's in the program or a friend that's a counselor, somebody you can ask for help, whether you go to a therapist or whatever, I don't care who you go to, get some help. I stress mostly saving lives. Getting help is the difference between life or death, the difference between life and death, the difference between going to jail, the difference between ending up homeless on the street. Asking for help is the hardest thing an alcoholic and drug addict has to do. And they have to genuinely want help. Because, I watch these TV shows, interventions, and that. I don't believe any of that bullshit works. Because if an alcoholic and drug addict does not want to change and does not want to get sober and stay sober, they are not going to get that way, no matter how much you beat it into them or force them to do it. You genuinely got to want to get help. And you genuinely want to stay sober and get sober and live a sober life. And it's not an easy task, guys. But it is a hell of a lot better than the fucking alternatives. Again, Larry Bullet, sobercoach@gmail.com. I am me at Facebook or Instagram. We're on YouTube. We're on IGTV. So please don't hesitate. Comments are greatly welcome. Whether you like it, whether you don't like it, give me your opinions, please. Give me the yays, the nays, the boos, the hey, you look like a complete moron out there, whatever. If I'm helping somebody, please give me a thumbs up and say, hey, you helped, or hey, you didn't help, or hey, you're wrong, or whatever. Hey, I told you guys, I wear life like a loose garment today. And I'm just trying to help people and save lives. That's all I really want to do. I genuinely have a passion to help people and save lives. So anybody out there needs the extra help, hit me up. God bless. Have a great afternoon.